Hey, it's Jason from Pro Guitar Studio. Today we're going to take a look at a piece that will teach you how to do some classic pinch Travis picking, as well as some 6 intervals that go on top and a lead guitar line to play as a third layer. So let's take a listen, see what you like, and dive right in. Alright, so now that we've heard the piece, we can separate it into 3 distinct parts. The first part is going to be our Travis picking part, okay? Now, I'm going to try to give you more of an angle where you can see my fingers here. But we're going to start on string number 6, 3rd fret, which is a G note, okay? Go into the 3rd fret string number 3 and 3rd fret string number 2. And I use my middle ring and pinky for this. And this is a G minor. It's not a commonly known open chord, but I play it all the time if I encounter a G minor chord. Just the voicing is so beautiful here. Okay, so on this we're going to do a Travis picking pattern that's not, it's not the most common pattern, but it's a lot of fun to play. And it's one of those standard patterns that's good to know. So what we're going to do is string number 6 with our thumb and string number 2 with our middle finger. And then come down to the 3rd string with our index. And then string number 4 with our thumb. And then play the 2nd string with our middle finger. Back to string 6 with our thumb. And then index on string 3, thumb on string 4. Now at the end there, that note lasts a little bit longer than the rest of them, so if we have, let's say, all 8th notes, that's a quarter note at the end. We're going to play that twice in a row. We're going to go to a D minor. So if you want, you can even keep your pinky finger in place there, or use your ring finger, whatever makes sense. But we need to add on the 2nd fret string number 3 and the 1st fret string number 1. And we're going to do the same pattern, but our fingers are going to shift down. So we have thumb on string 4, middle finger on string 1, index string 2, thumb on string 3. So string 4 and 1, 2, 3. String 1, 4, 2, 3. So that pattern again, we do it twice. So on the G minor. If you keep your pinky finger there, it probably is going to feel a little more comfortable switching. Easier to transition, but it's awkward to hold the chord too. So whatever makes sense for you. So we have G minor to D minor. That's twice in a row. Now next chord, I made it really simple. So you could do this as a bar chord, C minor, but I'm just doing a C minor as a 3-string chord. So string 3, 2, and 1. And I'm going to pick string 3 and 1, string 2, so sorry, string 3 and 1, I should say. And then string 2 with our index. Thumb on string 3. Back to string 1. String 3, 1, 2. So string 2 and 3 at the end. So I should repeat that again. So string 3 and 1. String 2, string 3, string 1, 3, 2, 3. So this time the thumb's not bouncing, it's staying on the same string. If you did a bar chord, just play the C minor bar chord and use the 3rd fret on string 5 as your first note. Same pattern, but you're just moving that thumb from string 5 to string 3. The way I recorded it for you makes it simple so everyone can do it. And then the F chord, string number 2, 3, and 4 on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd fret. And we're going to play the same pattern, but up 1 string. So string 4 and 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. And if you did the bar chord, the F bar chord, same idea. Your thumb would just handle string 6 to start. So go from string 6 to string 4. So you'd have string 6 and 2, 3, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4. Okay, now the second time around, the C minor is the same, the F chord, play it once, and the second time, pinch string 3, sorry, pinch string 4 and 2. Alright, so all together from the beginning of the chord section. G minor, D minor, G minor, D minor, C minor, F, C minor, F. So that is our Travis picking pattern for this piece. The next part, you're going to hear a number of sixth intervals playing over top, which I think is a great part. So this here just adds a bit of character to the song, a bit of atmosphere. So if you add some, some reverb, some delay, this can sound really cool in the background. And we want to keep it simple. So what I did here is I slid in from 5 to 7 on the 3rd string with my middle finger, and then I held that out while I played the 6th fret on string number 1. And I still use my fingers for that, okay? And so this works because on G minor, this note right here, if you look at the G minor arpeggio, this is the 5th interval, so the perfect 5th. And the B flat is our minor 3rd. Okay? And then the next chord is a D minor, and I slide out from here, from 7 to 10, and grab the 10th fret on string number 1. So that there is again, a 6th interval. So we have the minor 6 to a major 6. But really, we're just outlining the chords. So think more of it, think more of this, in relation to the chords. Those are notes in the G minor chord, and this right here is the flat 3 and the root from the D minor. And the next time I go back, slide back. Okay, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I slide in on the end of 4 to 1, picking that at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, right? So it's going to be on the and where we slide. Come back again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to slide from 10 to 12 at this point here and grab the first string, 11th fret. So this is a minor 6th interval. But the next chord that comes in is a C minor. So in this case here, we're playing the G, which is the 5th interval, perfect 5th. And this right up here, if you look at in comparison to the C, just to give you a visual, this is a C, this is the flat third. So from like the pentatonic scale, you can see it right there. We're gonna have an E flat, okay? So that's outlining the chord again. So going from 10 to 12 and then 11 here. And then going to the F chord, I slide up from 12 to 14. And then I play the 13th fret on string number 1. And that outlines the F chord. We have the A and the F. So the third and the root, which is same up here. And so that's part of the actual F chord, okay? So if I could play the bar chord up there, I would show you that. But this is part of that chord. And then I slide back down. Okay, so we're going back and forth between chord tones for each of those chords using sixth intervals, which I think is a great application of sixth intervals. So here, I'll count it in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that is our sixth interval part. A lot of fun. If you've never learned six intervals before, this is a great way to sort of practice those and get them under your fingers. Plus, it sounds really good, okay? The next part is going to be a phrase that sort of goes, those six intervals were on the first measure of each chord, right? So there's two measures for each chord. So the next part we're going to put in here is on the second measure to sort of fill it in a bit. So we'd have like the 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to come to this phrase on measure 2. There we go. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll hear it come in there. So 3, 4. And then the other sixth interval would sort of overlap with that, right? So you're going to hear the two, coming on top of each other, which is cool because it's different layers. And if you had 3 guitars in the band, this could all be put together, every single piece that I'm putting together here for you. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm playing down the G natural minor scale, starting off on the F. So we're going to hammer on from F, which is 8th fret, string number 3, to string 12, sorry. So fret number 12 on string 3. So fret 10 to fret 12. Back to the 10th fret. String number 4 now, we're going to play 13, 12, 10. To the 13th fret, string number 5, and then 10, 12 on string number 4, to 12 on string number 5. Now you could do a finger roll here. I just use my middle finger to have some more control over that note and do some nice vibrato right away. But you could do lay it flat and then roll it up, okay? That works just as well. Now the next phrase is the same thing. Okay, same chords. And then the next one we're going to do, we're going to bring it down. So same idea from the 3rd fret. This is over the C minor to the F. So we're going to go from the B flat to the C, which is 3 to 5. Back to the 3rd fret, which is a B flat. And then we're going to go to the 7th fret, string number 4. And it just lines up with the notes that are in the G minor, the key of G minor. Back to the 5th fret, 3rd fret, and then on string number 5, 6, 5, 6, to the 3. It lines up really nicely with each chord. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again. So when we repeat it, I'm going to finish it. So we're going to slide from 5, so 2, 3, that lands on the 1. So I'm sliding on the 4th beat from the A note, string number 6, 5th fret, down to the 1. Now you could use this one finger, and I'm going to pick again when I get to the 1st fret to give it more of an attack. But what I do, I sort of switch out my finger. So you can hear like that, I guess, so from 5 to 3. But yeah, one finger works just as well. And that's the finale there, okay? So we have our Travis picking part, we have our 6th interval part, and we also have our single note phrase. There we go. Okay, cool. So each of those parts are distinct. They're in their own layer, and they're a lot of fun to work with. If you're trying to explore scales, explore intervals like that, explore Travis picking patterns, this is all going to help you, and it gives you something fun to put together. So if you have recording software, see if you can put all those pieces together on top of each other. Okay, so have fun with this. If you like this, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.